Welcome back, everybody, and it is a hot one today, so I'm just going to jump right into it. So if you've been following my Instagram, you know that I added a set of these forever panel door panels on my MB because it was gutted and I didn't have any. So I went ahead and did this side yesterday. It's really easy, and I got a couple questions on it, so I was going to show you guys how in fact you add these to your car. Now these are not the standard MB panels. These are known as the NA MB hybrid. What it has is this top piece here comes from an NA, and then this lower panel from an NB, and it attaches with screws. So that way, instead of just having a straight flat panel, you have something where you can have a little bit of an armrest, and that's the reason why I did that. As you can see, I need to do the other side. So this just lifts off like that. Set that to the side. So the first thing that I am going to be working on is removing this black goop from around the door. You can see the previous owner just put duct tape over it, but I'm actually going to take this off and remove this. And the way that you remove this black goop stuff pretty easily is just use some WD-40 and get yourself a scraper. A plastic scraper works really well, or even a razor blade, and you just douse this in WD-40 and then just scrape it away. And then you get to a point where you can spray with WD-40 and just wipe it away, and then it'll be all nice and clean. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to remove this speaker because I don't know if it works or not, and I have some other speakers already ordered that I'll be using anyway, so I won't be using these. But that will be like the first step of this, and then I will show you guys the actual panel. Oh man, it's hot out here. These Bridge Moto coveralls are making it a lot easier though. So what we have here, this is the back side of the door panel. As you can see, the front side has a texture on it, and the back side has all of these little stenciled cutouts for you. So based on whatever version your car has, I have an MB1, and you will drill out all the holes that say MB1. As well, you need to drill these out because these use the little plastic clips that are originally on your door panels, if you have them, to help secure it to the door. And you can use like a really sharp knife. I used my Dremel to just cut these out. When I ordered these, I was kind of hesitant because it shows that you have to do some cutting. I was worried about making mistakes, but the driver's side door went super easy. All you have to do is really just look at how your door clips are set up on your door and just match them on here, and it makes it a whole lot easier. And I am going to clean that door off first and make sure I get all of that black sealant off of there. And then when I get done with that, I'll show you guys how it looks, and then we will get into the actual cutting of the panel. So it is, like I said, it's a hot one today. So I'm kind of glad to be actually out of the garage a little bit and working outside in the breeze because it's hot in here and I don't have an air conditioner or a fan, something I need to work on for later. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, I got most of it off. There's still some there, but it's enough where it won't be a nuisance. I really won't be touching it. And then once the door panel's on, you won't see it anyway. So the next thing I need to do is remove that speaker, and then we can go into the garage, and then I can show you guys how I start cutting out the door panel. All right, once again, here is the Primer3D Forever Door Card. And like I said, you can use a sharp knife to cut along with the stencil lines to cut out what you need. I'm going to use my Dremel, and you will need to use a drill to drill these out. These holes are what the NA upper door card part, you screw it into this, and then that makes the hybrid panel. I'm going to go ahead, drill these holes out here. Make sure, like I said, if you're like me, you got an MB1, use the MB1 holes there and there. But other than that, I'm just going to get my drill and my Dremel tool and start cutting everything out. All right, so now I have my door panel done and all cut out. Some of the mounts on my NA upper door card were not good, but I was able to get in enough screws to have it secured. And I have in my door clips. I've already mounted this up to make sure that this is going to clear with the cup that fits in here for the door handle. So the next thing I need to do is to go ahead and install this. And as you guys can see now, the door panel is on. It's a really simple process. Everything's laid out. All you really have to do is follow the template and make sure it matches your door. But other than that, I really like these a lot. I'm still debating whether or not I want to keep them in that black textured look. I know that Spinny Whoosh makes a vinyl wrap for door cards, and I was thinking about getting something custom done. Still kind of debating that right now. But other than that, I am really happy with these door cards. Look at all the space, because usually when you have the door handle, it sticks out and then it kind of eats into your interior space. But now I have a lot of space. As you can see, this seat is not mounted for its final yet, but you can see I have a lot of room down here, so I'm pretty excited with this. All right, guys, I'm going to consider that a wrap for today. I got a lot of stuff done. This weekend, I was trying to get some of the smaller projects knocked out quickly before I start work on some of the harder things. So I was really excited to get those forever door panels in from Primer3D. They look great. And if you're looking for a way to gain a little more space inside the driver compartment of your Miata, I would highly suggest look into a set of these forever door cards from Primer3D. It opens up a lot of space. And like I was saying, you can keep them in that textured black look, or there are various companies out there, like I said, Spinny Whoosh, that makes a vinyl wrap for the doors. I have something in mind, and I'm going to contact Scott and see if I can get it done. I still have a lot of stuff to do. Start getting into some of the heavier stuff I was getting to the week. As you can see, my turbo motor and the transmission are ready to go. Don't mind that leak. That's just because the drain plug's not tight. But This has been waiting for a while. You guys will notice in my garage that there are a couple of things missing. And the NA, I got into it. There's some stuff that you guys don't know about the NA project. And after I got into it, it actually has some body damage. If you follow my Instagram, I kind of hinted about it when I tore into it. But the further I got into it, the more I started seeing things that were kind of outside of my area of expertise. The frame's misaligned. The front end is not straight. I noticed when I was doing some work on the front end that the numbers didn't match up, and I did various measurements and come to find out that the accident that car was in actually caused a little bit more damage than what I was originally led to believe when I bought it. So that's why I have pivoted, and the NA has been sold off to someone. They're going to use it for parts, and everything that I had on that car is now being transferred over to the MB. That's why there was really not any videos, because I was basically just tearing that car down in anticipation of trying to get it done and out of the way as fast as I can to get my garage space back, because the MB is going to require a bit of a tear down. That 6-speed in there is leaking badly, and I don't know the reason why, but I got a rebuild kit, so when I yank that engine, I'm going to take that transmission out and see what's up. If it's in good shape, I'm going to rebuild it and then attach it onto this motor. But if I don't, I can still use my original 5-speed. I already rebuilt, and I already know that there's nothing wrong with that motor or that transmission. And I still need to swap the rear end on the MB because it's got that welded diff. And I'm curious to see if, in fact, he did weld the torsion on that. That will be an interesting video. I do have the torsion that I built for the NA already out and waiting, so it'll just be a quick process. I'm trying to get everything swapped around so that by the end of June I can finally start doing the turbo installation. I have everything for it. I got everything last year, and then I kind of had a setback with the other car. I kind of had a setback with some other things as well. But as you guys can see, this large wall of parts behind me, all of this stuff is for the Turbo Miata project. There's a turbo, there's another turbo sitting in a box, various intake manifolds, heads. So I am ready to go with the turbo build part of this project. I've been waiting over a year to do it. So like I said, I'm going to try and knock out some of these things so that by the end of June, but don't hold me to it, by the end of June, I expect to be bolting on the turbo manifold and the turbo, so I can begin finally the build process on that car. So I hope you all are enjoying these little vlog type videos. I got a couple more of them I'll probably do, and then we'll get back to the regular format for my channel. But if you guys are liking these videos, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you hit subscribe so you know when all this stuff is coming out. And I hope you all are staying safe out there, enjoying the weather as it's finally getting closer to summer and we can get outside and work on all of our projects. Stay safe. I will see you guys on the next one.